For over 2,000 years, historians have blamed a single moment for the loss of the Library of Alexandria, one catastrophic fire that supposedly incinerated humanity's greatest repository of ancient knowledge. But the real story? It's far more complicated, far more tragic, and nothing like the dramatic legend you've probably heard. Today, we're separating myth from reality to uncover what actually happened to history's most famous library, and why the truth is even more heartbreaking than the legend. The legend says Julius Caesar's army torched the entire Library of Alexandria in 48 BCE during the Siege of Alexandria. It's the story every history class teaches. One man, one invasion, one inferno, and 700,000 scrolls reduced to ash in a single night. But here's the problem. Ancient writers who were actually there tell a completely different story. Plutarch, who lived centuries later, mentions Caesar's fires damaged some buildings near the harbor, but he never says the great library was destroyed. In fact, earlier Greek geographer Strabo visited Alexandria after Caesar's siege and described the library in detail. It was still there, still functioning, still full of scrolls. The Caesar story sells newspapers, but the evidence doesn't support it. So if Caesar didn't destroy it, who did? The answer is nobody one time. The Library of Alexandria didn't burn in a single catastrophic moment. It died a slow death across centuries, through neglect, decay, and multiple smaller incidents. The building itself faced damage during civil unrest in 273 CE when Roman Emperor Aurelian's forces battled the breakaway Pomeranian Empire in Alexandria. Some sources mention fires in the city during this conflict, and the library's facilities were damaged. But this wasn't an extinction event. The institution survived. The real killer was something invisible, a shift in power, funding, and priorities. The library relied on the patronage of Egypt's rulers and the Mediterranean's intellectual elite. As dynasties changed and Rome's grip on Egypt tightened, the resources that kept the library alive simply dried up. By the 4th century CE, Christianity was spreading across the Roman Empire, and suddenly, pagan knowledge wasn't just ignored, it was actively seen as a threat. In 391 CE, the pagan temples of Alexandria were ordered closed by Christian authorities. Some ancient texts mention that during this religious upheaval, parts of the Serapeum, the Temple of Serapis, which housed a secondary library collection, were ransacked or damaged. But even this wasn't the library's death blow. What actually happened was institutional collapse. The Serapeum Library had maybe 42,000 scrolls, a fraction of the original Great Library's collection. The majority of the library's 700,000 scrolls had already been dispersed, lost, or destroyed across the preceding centuries. By 391 CE, there was far less to lose than most people realize. Here's what historians now believe actually happened. The Great Library of Alexandria was a victim of 1,000 small cuts, not one dramatic wound. First came the natural disasters. Earthquakes damaged Alexandria's harbor and buildings multiple times. Then came political instability. Rival powers fought over Egypt, and infrastructure was neglected. Wars and civil unrest meant the library's funding was redirected to military needs. Knowledge systems changed. Scholars gradually shifted from collecting scrolls to copying the most valuable texts onto vellum and creating new libraries elsewhere. By the time Alexandria fell to Arab forces in 641 CE, the event many people mistakenly believed destroyed the library, there was almost nothing left to destroy. The library had been dying for 300 years. It wasn't murdered by Caesar, or Christians, or Muslims. It was slowly starved to death by history itself. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. The books didn't just vanish. Scholars throughout the ancient world were actively copying the most important works. Many of the texts stored in Alexandria were duplicated in other libraries across the Mediterranean, in Athens, Rome, Constantinople, and elsewhere. When Alexandria declined, these copies preserved the knowledge. Intellectuals like Hypatia, the famous mathematician and philosopher who worked in Alexandria in the 4th century, were part of a continuous chain of scholars who ensured that crucial texts survived. The tragedy wasn't total loss, it was fragmentation and forgetting. We lost thousands of unique works, yes, but not everything. Some texts we only know about because ancient writers quoted them. Others survived by accident in monastery libraries. The Library of Alexandria didn't disappear instantly. It faded like a photograph left in the sun, and pieces of it scattered across the ancient world. So why does the Caesar legend persist? Because humans love clear narratives. We'd rather believe one hero, one villain, and one dramatic moment than accept that the truth is messier, more complex, and more tragic. The myth of Caesar burning the Library of Alexandria perfectly fits a story structure: the ambitious conqueror, the irreplaceable treasure, the flames of destruction. It's dramatic. It's memorable. It's wrong. The real story, that the library slowly collapsed over centuries due to wars, neglect, shifting priorities, and institutional decay, is harder to tell. It's a cautionary tale about how fragile human knowledge really is, about how civilizations lose their intellectual heritage not through invasion but through indifference. And maybe that's why we resist believing it. It's too uncomfortable to face. What we do know for certain. The Library of Alexandria was one of humanity's greatest achievements, a repository of nearly 500,000 documents collected over 3 centuries. What we also know, most of those scrolls are lost forever, and we can never truly know what knowledge vanished with them. Ancient texts hint at works on mathematics, medicine, astronomy, and philosophy that no longer exist. Some scholars estimate we lost more than 90% of Greek literature. We'll never read the missing works of Sophocles, or the complete medical treatises of ancient physicians, or the detailed technological descriptions that might have accelerated human progress. The tragedy isn't a single fire, it's the accumulation of losses across time. And the lesson? Knowledge requires constant care, constant copying, constant preservation. Neglect is its own form of destruction. The Library of Alexandria didn't burn in a single night. It died slowly, across centuries, through neglect and changing times. But its legacy reminds us of something crucial: knowledge is fragile, and the work of preserving it is never finished. Every library, every archive, every effort to preserve human understanding is a small act of defiance against the Library of Alexandria's fate. If you found this exploration of history's greatest myth fascinating, please like and subscribe. We uncover the truth behind history's most persistent legends every week. What ancient mysteries would you like us to investigate next? Let us know in the comments below.